Together with the SUTMC Club.
G3 Area Director Jacob Koo. Before we proceed with the meeting, please switch off your handphone or set it on silent mode. Thank you. I will kick off this meeting with an ice-breaking section. Let us all introduce ourselves and share about what's your name, what do you do, and how you know about the Toastmaster. Shall we begin with Miss CN Wang?
Hello everyone, this is Simon from ERA. I got to know this chapter from Adrian, who have a presentation at ERA office. Thank you.
Thank you, CN Wang. Okay, let's Munching. Is it Munching here? Yong Seng. Hi, Yong Seng.
Yong Seng leave the group ready.
Oh, okay. Grace.
Great lesson today.
Great lesson today. Joe.
Joe come in at 8 o'clock. I think at least you can saw our guests in virtual background. Then you just ask them to introduce their self. I think we have guests Leon, is it, from other Toastmaster club? So can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Leon. So I'm come from Joe Brothers Toastmaster Club. I heard Sutra Utama Toastmaster Club is very energetic, so I quite look forward for this meeting tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
How about Annie? Hi, Annie.
Hi, my name is Annie. Need to introduce one, sorry.
What is your name? What do you do and how you know about the Toastmaster?
Okay, my name is Annie. I know about this Toastmaster actually is from my school time. Then after that, I know Max and Leon. They also joining the Toastmaster class. So that is why I try to join this club to improve my grammar and also build confidence, self-confidence. Then my occupation is the marketing and listening executive.
Okay, thank you, Annie. Any new guest? Haven't introduced yourself?
I think that is all, Alice.
Okay.
Mr. L. Has Mr. L introduced himself?
Mr. L?
Yes, I introduced just now already.
All right, great. Can I know your full name? Leon, is it?
Yes, my name is also Leon.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so thank you. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. I would now like to hand control over to Mr. President Max Lowe to conduct the next agenda.
Thank you, our SAA Alice, for performing her first SAA role. Please give a round of applause to Alice. She had prepared a very good preparation on the guest list. So thank you, Alice. Good evening. Good evening, our G3 Area Director, Mr. Past President Raymond Chai, fellow Toastmaster, and honor guests. Welcome you all attending today's Sutra Utama Toastmaster Club 32 regular meetings. Fellow Toastmaster, do you remember when was our last meeting date? It was 3 weeks ago, right? Could be a long time no see. But over these 3 weeks, we had an appreciation party. We also had a special evaluation workshop. So over these 3 weeks time, we did not stop ourselves. We are keeping look for the new platform to learn something new apart from our regular meetings. I'm really amazed and impressed by those participants in our workshop and the events. Please give a round of applause to yourself. I really believe this phrase, when is your time and effort spent? Where is your outcome and result coming to it? It's just like you spend your time in the Toastmaster workshop, the event, which is the extra thing you can learn more than from your regular meeting. Therefore, the improvement definitely will come closer to you, which is similar to today's theme. As you sow, so shall you reap. The meaning is everybody is responsible for the outcome of your actions. Whenever you have done any good thing or bad things, the result definitely will come back to you. So today, everybody, you spend something more, something extra in Toastmastering learning journey. Definitely, the achievement, the purpose of you would be achieved. We will make the time to prove for us. Fellow Toastmasters, this week, Monday, I attended our District 102 installation night, which is officiated by our Toastmaster International President, Mr. Richard Peck. He shared that being a leader is not standing in the middle of attention, whereas we shall stand in the epicenter of actions. I know there's many Toastmasters here. You are the leader in your company or organization or even in a group of your family members. But I want to say, everybody here is a leader of yourself. You lead your mind, you lead your behavior, you lead your actions. Don't care and concern too much the attention you receive from others. Concern on, are you have the sufficient actions? Are you doing more? Are you action more or doing something extra to pursue your purpose, the purpose of your life, the purpose that you want to be achieved in Toastmasters? Talking about purpose, let me recall one phrase from our District 102 Director, Srinivas. He shared that always be passionate in your purpose. Everyone here, I know because of various reasons and purpose we are having here, gathered here, and learn together. That is our purpose. But what made us move fast and move more efficient to reach our purpose? The answer is patience. If you've got patience, you will be more proactive, initiative to do more and action more. If someone without patience, you will be like, oh, move very slow, or maybe someday you just stop in the middle of a point. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, be mindful, must be always be passionate in your purpose. If you don't find your purpose, please find the members around of you, or maybe you can look for your mentor, senior Toastmaster, or any our ESCOM members. Look for us. We will try our best to spark and ignite your passion in Toastmaster learning journey. All right, today, before I end my opening speech, I would like to share some things. Okay, do you notice our Sutra Utama Club Facebook have the new uploaded the logo and the background picture? This is credited to our VPPR YY. Please go and like and support it. And also today we will launch one secret campaign, very secret campaigns, which we will announce later before today meeting end. Over here, without further ado, I would like to invite today our Toastmaster of the evening. He is our very diligent and smart Toastmaster, who is our VPE. Please give a round of applause to welcome Iftan. If stage is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club. My name is Eve, and I'm honored to be your Toastmaster of the evening. Okay, first, I would like to welcome you all. And next, please. Yeah. Like what Alice said just now, please silence your phones and have a good maintaining sitting posture is very good. And please turn on your camera and look at my eyes. Look so we can see each other. Yeah. And please mute it while you are not speaking. Yeah. Next. Just for a disclaimer, this meeting will be recorded. And so this is a quick disclaimer. Yeah. So I won't gonna read this all, just for you know, this meeting will be recorded as a recording. Yeah. And Toastmaster is founded 97 years ago by Dr. Ralph C. Medley. And today, there's all around the world with more than 145 countries with more than 3,064 members. Okay, next. In Toastmaster, we can have 11 learning paths. No matter we want to fine-tune our presentation skills by presentation mastery, or we want to fine-tune our leadership developments. Yeah, that's the way that we can have a self-paced learnings in the Toastmasters journey. Next. Next, please. Okay, yeah. Our Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club, we have provided a supportive and positive learning experience. And this is the picture we taken last year. No, few months ago, just before MCO. And yeah, a typical, okay, next. And our meeting is every first and third of Wednesday. And a typical Toastmaster meetings, we have 3 sections. The first is prepared speech, second is table topics, and third is project evaluations. However, today is a special meeting. We have another special occasions, which is come before the prepared speech. You will be experienced later. Next. Today, our theme is, as you sow, so shall you reap. I believe that no matter what kind of efforts that we pour on, it will become something even greater at a later stage. Like in Chinese, we say, 种瓜得瓜,种豆得豆. So the meaning is that when we put much more efforts and we can get something even better, I believe that's called something like cause and effect. And it's my duty to introduce the role players of today. As a Toastmaster of the evening, I will introduce the appointment holders who will assist in the running of today's program. The first, we have Sergeant at Arms SAA. Toastmaster Alice, she done a very good job just now, and today's, I believe, is her first time be our SAA. She's a senior industrial property negotiator who loves travel, cooking, and good food. And next, I would like to thank you. Zoom Master of today is Leong Ying Yi. She's a customer service in logistics line. And next, let's have timer. Zoom Master, please stop sharing screen. I would like to invite our timer of today. She too is getting this role today. And in fact, our timer today, her name is she's Toastmaster Hui Ting, and she's a food and nature lover. And today is her very first time to join our regular meeting, and also her first time to be our timer of today. Yeah, timer, please.
Hi everyone, I'm Hui Ting. Dear Toastmaster, let me share about why we need to have a timer. So dear Toastmaster and guests, the purpose of timing keeping is to ensure that each meeting runs according to schedule. In particular to the table topics, session, prepare speech and evaluation section. So this is done to highlight the importance of time management. Thank you. Back to the Toastmaster of the evening. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Hui Tang. And next, we have our art counter, who is a mother of four, and she also an entrepreneur. Let's have Toastmaster Rachel. Rachel, you are muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good evening, every Toastmaster and guests. Today, I'm your art counter, Rachel Wu. I'm here not to teach you how to art. The purpose of the art counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch and pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Rachel. And next, we will have, okay, usually we have grammarian first, but today I would like to introduce our general evaluator first. General evaluator is the person who oversees our whole proceedings of the meetings and give an overview on the performance of our appointment holders, speakers, and evaluators. And tonight, we are very glad to have our Area G3 Director, UTM Toastmasters member and past VPE, past Division G Finance Managers, Jacob Koo. And okay, very welcome him. And then next, let's begin the meeting with word of the day. And the language of evaluator will now show. So today our grammarian will share with us what is the word of the day. And he is also one of my mentor, and he's our Sutra Utama Club's Jegu, Toastmaster Bernard.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, for the introduction. Our word of the day is reap. Let's say it together, reap. It means, it's a verb meaning to cut or gather a crop or harvest. Many men, example of the usage is, many men were employed to reap the harvest. Secondly, it means to receive something, especially something beneficial, as a consequence of one's own or another's actions. An example, our club members are poised to reap the benefits of pathways. I encourage all speakers this evening to use the word of the day reap as frequently as possible during the course of their speech. Over to you.
Thank you, Bernard. Yeah, so let us all reap the opportunities, to reap the benefits of today's meetings. And next, before we go into our main sections of prepared speech, let's have our very special section of today, which is Club Officer Installation. And let's welcome our G3 Area Directors, Jacob.
Okay. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, for the invitation to install the the current officers for term 2021-2022. So we're having this session today to officially install all of the club officers. I know that all of you have been elected, but now it is an official ceremony to install you into position. Okay, so before I carry on with the installation session, I would like to invite the Zoom master to spotlight the outgoing club officers. Okay, can the Zoom master please spotlight any outgoing club officers, please? Once you have done, please signal me.
Sorry, you means outcoming? Outgoing?
Outgoing means the past term, the club officers of the past term.
Past term, all right. Past term. Me also. Past term. Bernard. Madam Ngó. One more, wait a minute.
GP Lau.
Rồi.
Sergeant at Arms join.
Joyce. Yes, yes.
Wait.
Or
CP.
in.
CP. All right.
Okay, all done? Okay. Yes. As the Area G3 Director for term 2021-2022, I thank you, the outgoing club officers, for your work and hereby relieve yourselves of your responsibilities. You are now discharged from all further duties and responsibilities as officers for the club Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club. Sorry. Okay, Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club. All right. May I have the Zoom master to please spotlight our current Sergeant at Arms, Treasurer, Secretary, Vice President of Public Relations, Vice President of Membership, Vice President of Education, as well as the President, please?
Yes, please. Wait.
Okay.
My president. Joanne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Okay, all done?
Yes,
okay.
yes, all done.
Okay, thank you very much, Zoom Master. Okay, I appreciate your help in spotlighting them. Okay, I am here to now install the officers for Sutra Toastmasters Club, Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club, and to prepare them for the elective challenge is to make this club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life to speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and think creatively. Now I will ask each officer to hold the gavel. Okay, I see that you guys haven't downloaded the virtual background, never mind. You just hold your right hand up as a symbol of leadership as I briefly describe the challenges you must meet and the responsibilities you must fulfill. All right, let's start with the Sergeant at Arms, okay, who is Miss Adeline Chin, okay. Sergeant at Arms Adeline Chin, you keep track of the club's physical property, such as the banner, lectern, timing device, and other meeting materials. You arrive early to prepare the meeting place for members and stay late to stow all of the club's equipment. You are also in charge of the meeting place itself, obtaining a new space when necessary, and maintaining contact with the people who allow you to use the space for your club meetings. The Sergeant at Arms also has a role to play during business meetings, speech contests, and other special club events. For example, Sergeant at Arms escorts potential new members outside of the club meeting place while the members vote on admitting them to the club. The sergeant at arms stands at the door while contestants compete in speech contests to ensure that the speaker is not interrupted by latecomers. For the online
Lagging. Is it? Where is Eddie?
Break off.
Why? Maybe you can spotlight each officer as they are being installed. Would it be better?
Yes, I already spotlight them.
Okay, I think I disconnected for a while there. Okay, apologies. All right, let me repeat. Sergeant at Arms, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much, Sergeant at Arms Adeline Chin. Now let us proceed with the Treasurer. Okay. Treasurer, Miss Rachel Wu, you are the club's accountant. You manage the club's bank account, writing checks as approved by the executive committee, and depositing membership due payments and other club revenues. You are also in charge of submitting membership dues payments to World Headquarters accompanied by the names of renewing members, filing necessary tax documents, if any, and keeping timely, accurate, up-to-date financial records for the club. Though the treasurer's duties are usually not the most demanding of all the club leadership positions, the consequences for members can be serious when they are not completed accurately and on time. Therefore, treasurer, who is Rachel Wu, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you very much, treasurer. Now let us proceed with the secretary of the club. Okay, secretary, who is Miss Joanne Lim, you maintain all club records, manage club files, handle club correspondence, and take the minutes at each club and executive committee meeting. You are also in charge of updating and distributing a roster of the current paid membership and keeping the club officer list current for Toastmasters International. Though some clubs combine the secretary role with the treasurer, it is best to have a dedicated secretary who can help reduce the workload of the treasurer and occasionally assist the vice president education as well. Miss Secretary Joanne Lim, may I request you to raise your right hand and your left hand holding the gavel, the virtual gavel. Okay, Miss Secretary, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will perform the duty at my best capability.
Thank you very much, Ms. Secretary. Now let us proceed with the Vice President of Public Relations. To the Vice President of Public Relations, who is Ms. Leong Ying Yi, you promote the club to the local community and notify the media about the club's existence and the benefits it provides. You promote the club, update web content, and safeguard the Toastmasters brand identity. It is your job to notify the media whenever your club does something newsworthy. As Vice President of Public Relations, you will find yourself writing news releases, creating and distributing flyers, and maintaining the club's presence on the web and in the community. May I have the Vice President of Public Relations, Ms. Leong Ying Yi, to raise your right hand and your left hand holding the virtual gavel. So, Ms. Vice President of Public Relations, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Vice President of Public Relations. Let's proceed with the Vice President of Membership, who is Ms. Joy Ng. Okay, Vice President of Membership, you promote the club and manage the process of bringing in guests and transforming them into members. By initiating contact with guests, helping them feel welcome, and providing them with the information they need to join, you help maintain a constant influx of new people into your club. You also attentively monitor membership levels and strategize with the rest of the executive committee about how to overcome membership challenges when they occur. May I have the Vice President of Membership, Ms. Joy Ng, to raise your right hand and your left hand to hold the gavel, the virtual gavel. Okay, Ms. Vice President of Membership, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, let's proceed to the Vice President of Education, who is Mr. Yves Tan. As Vice President of Education, you schedule members' speeches, verify the completion of projects, and serve as a resource for questions about the education program, speech contest, and your club mentor program. You are an important source of Toastmasters knowledge for club members, and it is your job to become familiar with all aspects of the Toastmasters education program. May I have the Mr. Vice President of Education, Yves Tan, to raise your right hand and your left hand holding the virtual gavel, please? Okay, Mr. Vice President of Education, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much. Now, last but not least, Toastmaster Max Law. Okay, Toastmaster Max Law, please raise your right hand and your left hand holding the virtual gavel. Okay, Toastmaster Max Law, having been elected the president of Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club, you are its chief executive officer and are expected to preside at all club meetings and at all regular and special meetings of your executive committee. It is your challenge to see that this club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. It is also your challenge to see that your club helps the area, division, district, and Toastmasters International to meet their goals. Please accept the gavel as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to office. The gavel is a symbol of power and authority given to you by the membership of this club. Use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone is proud. Toastmaster Max Law, will you, as president, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your abilities?
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much. It is now my pleasure as the Area G3 Director for term 2021-2022 to declare these Toastmasters installed into the offices to which they have been elected. Okay, will everyone else, the club members, okay, please be ready, please raise your right hand. The growth and development of the Toastmasters program in Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club depends largely upon the actions of this group. On your honor, as members of Toastmasters, do you pledge to individually and collectively stand by this club, live with it, and work with it throughout the coming year?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Okay, thank you very much. I now announce the club installation session for Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club has come to an end. Good luck to the very brand new term, and take my advice, you reap what you sow. You pour in the hard work, you will definitely see the results and see the club soaring to greater heights before your eyes. Okay, so that's it from me. Now I shall pass it back to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Area Director Jacobs. Now, once again, thank you very much. And now let's move on to our next section, which is prepared speech. Today, also not very normal regular meeting. Why? Because we have 5 speakers. Not 1, not 2, not 3, it's 5. Yeah. So without further ado, let's have our first speaker of today. The first speaker is going to deliver his first speech, which is icebreaker speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. And the time allotted for icebreaker is 4 to 6 minutes. During 4 minutes, during 4 minutes, there will be a green screen. And during 5 minutes, there will be an amber screen. And during 6 minutes, there will be a red screen. And when 6:15, there will be a bell. Okay, yeah. So let's have our first speaker of today. Our first speaker of today is Toastmaster Shengpu, To Shengpu. He's a pharmacist turned sales personnel and who is newly joined our club and have a very great goal on improving himself in public presentation skills. And let's have our Toastmaster, To Shengpu. The speech title is Overcome Challenges in Life. Overcome Challenges in Life. Shengpu, the stage is yours.
You also want to stand or sit on the chair.
Yeah, as long as we can see you. And don't forget to pin the timer.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Today I'm going to deliver my first icebreaker speech to all of you. Life is a challenges that full with the sizes and the shapes, and that test our inner strength, our patience, and our belief. And there's no way that we can avoid it. It's like what's on my shirt here. We have to rise to the challenge. And if you have experienced the challenges throughout your life, you are not alone, because me too. So today I'm gonna share with you what I have encountered, the challenges that I have encountered throughout my life. My name is Shampo. You can call me To. I was born and raised in Moa, which is a small town in Johor. And I'm from a family of 6, and one of the 4 siblings. And being the first son after 2 elder sisters, I was a bit spoiled by my family members. And I was like other kampong boys, have a very lucky childhood memories. I spent my childhood by catching fish nearby riverbank, climbing trees, and playing around in my neighborhood. However, I had one ambitious. I want to be a public speaker. However, I realized that I have the crowd phobia, whenever I speak to a group of people, I will feel nervous, and my mind will go blank, and my heart will have palpitation, and my whole body will be sweating. But I never took any initiative to overcome it. And I just felt that it's better for me to focus on my study academic. And it's more helpful for me, and I can so that I can have a better future. A few later, when I stepped into my uni life, I was shy to give my opinion during the discussion. And also, I hated to speak in front of the crowd. And most of the time, I'll try to avoid all the presentation given by the group members, as I worried they might judge me when I was giving the speech. And as a result, I become more introvert and low self-esteem. So I still have the same mindset. I just settled it, overcome it after I graduated. And I successfully graduated in 2011. And in the same year, I started my first job. And from here, I realized I realized that actually my nightmare has just begun, because I was facing a lot of challenges during the work. And during the meeting, I just keep quiet, and I couldn't give any ideas during the meeting. And also, when I was presenting my product to my clients, also to my superior, I was very nervous, and I couldn't perform in my work. And in the end, I developed some study depression, and because I was worried that one day my company will lay off me, and I decided enough was enough, and I decided to do something on it, and I start to find somewhere like go to learn some grammar. However, I realized that I still need a platform for me to improve my communication skill. And one day when I was looking on my Facebook and I was scrolling my screen, suddenly I saw Toastmasters Sutra Utama. And I quickly sent a message to the page administrator. And after a while, Adeline approached me, and she shared a lot of benefit and on how I can get from the Toastmaster. And also she shared about how she benefit from this club. And also Madam Go, she shared about her experience on how she gone through her journey in the Toastmaster. And without hesitation, I registered to become a member of the Toastmaster Sutra Utama. And recently, I noticed there is some improvement in myself, and I'm no longer nervous when I'm dealing with my clients and also my manager. And I believe public speaker is not born. I believe public speaker I believe no one is born to be a public speaker. And it takes time for us to develop all the skill to deliver a good speech on the stage. So if you're looking for a platform for you to improvise your communication skill, your presentation skill, and also your communication skill, this is the right place for you. Back to you. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shengbu. Yeah, His evaluator is Toastmaster Adeline Chin, who is also a beautician and a business owner of 5 beauty salons. Yeah. And next, our next speaker, our second speaker of today, also will be presenting his first icebreaker. And the timing sequence is similar, so I will not repeat the timing sequence again. And our second speaker is, he is a dual memberships, and he's coming from Sacred Heart Toastmasters Club. And he's been an experienced banker, and I think I don't have to introduce much more. Let us all hear from him himself. Yeah, our next speaker is Toastmaster Richard Tan. Speech title: A New Beginning. A New Beginning, Richard Tan. The stage is yours.
Dear club presidents, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, good evening to all of you. Would you like to know me better? It was all started with a humble beginning. I was grown up in Kahang Mersing, a village with mainly Chinese race staying in the area. I'm the 5th among the 7 siblings. My childhood hero is Superman. At the age of 6 years old, I like playing the straw mat, the straw mat in the living room. I was able to fly here and there because the old type of the straw mat is slippery. I remember that my grandmother house, the TV set is attached to the TV cabinet, so that I like to play with the straw mat, so that I exert all my strength to stand on the straw mat, and to quickly move it from one end to another. Suddenly, a huge sound bang. If you ever see that the Superman cry and the forehead is bleeding? Ladies and gentlemen, please take a closer look of the Superman scar. That I have the very bad experience that this is actually my mischievous childhood, my naughty boy childhood. I was later on completed my studies in St. Joseph Primary Schools. I was attached to Johor Jaya Secondary Schools and completed my tertiary education in Kuala Lumpur. After that, in my university studies, my major is in business and finance. Thereby, automatically that I joined banks after my studies. This is the first chapter of my life. Upon graduation in 2004, I joined a foreign bank as a mortgage sales executive. And what are the daily activities of the bankers? Living in the aircon room or dressing well. If you agree with this statement, you can put a thumbs up at the screen. Now the bankers nowadays actually are not sitting in the office in the bank, but actually instead we woke up from the bank and visit to clients. That we pay a visit to client and we actually need to close the sales. So it's not about waiting customers and to proceed all the application at the bank. I can remember that 15 years ago, my colleagues and I went to the Mount industrial area to distribute the flyers, and we able to see that the business owner. We might not see the business owner with the workers only. So the purpose of for us to visit them is for the refinancing, is to help out them for the refinancing to save the interest from the existing mortgage loan. We encounter many of these scenarios that they actually given us a lot of excuses that the boss are not around and our bank are not good. They prefer other banks and a lot of stickers. We are even get chased out by the dog barking to us. So that this is a second chapter of my life. From a totally Chinese environment, education environment, that I read, I write, I listen, I spoke also in Chinese language. So I know my weaknesses that I need to overcome these obstacles to have a better English proficiency and in order to speak well with clients, with the able to write a better email and also a good reporting. Hence, my ex-girlfriend introduced me to Toastmasters. I joined speech club program by Second Heart Toastmasters Club, and I was fortunate to have a great mentor, Bernard Wong. Throughout my Toastmasters journey, I had experienced a few exco roles. In 2015, I was less active due to the work commitment. Now I committed to continue to doing speeches and to check out the leadership pathway for self-development and personal achievement. This is the third chapter of my life. In conclusion, the 3 chapters of my life, upbringing and education, the career advancement, and also the Toastmasters journey, hope further help me to break the ice. My achievement is that to continue to do the speeches, to engage with all of you here, actually is to have the ultimate aim to achieve the distinguished Toastmasters in 3 years' time. Secondly, I would also like to extend my appreciation to Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club for accepting me into this big family, and let's work together to achieve another president, distinguished club. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard, for your wonderful speech. Okay, and as you can see, although this is my third time being Toastmaster of the evening, I'm still so nervous that I once again forget to introduce the evaluator. Evaluator of Richard is Toastmaster Xing Yi, and she will be having her very first evaluation of today, and who will be evaluated by Leon Cole but in the written form. Yeah. And next, our third speaker is someone to be very familiar, yet I don't know him much about his personal history. And our third speaker also will be delivering icebreaker, whose evaluator will be our immediate past president, Raymond Chai. Will be his. Mr. Raymond is a logistic company boss, big boss for me, and also our big past president. Yeah, I learned a lot from him. And without further ado, let's have our third speaker. I know him, he's a HRDF certified trainer, also another boss of an accounting software company, and he is a distinguished Toastmaster. Let's have our third speaker, distinguished Toastmaster, CP Lau. The speech title is 50. Distinguished Toastmaster CP Lau. The stage is yours.
There are 100 years in 1 century. I'm so grateful that I have lived more than half of a century. Ladies and gentlemen, if 10 years is 1 unit, how many 10 years do you have? Well, I guess we will not have the answer until we call it a day, one day. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lau Chuan Pang, and everyone calls me by the 2 initials of my name, CP. Speaking in front of fellow audience from Southern Malaysia, I come from the central region, Klang, Selangor. But I grew up in a small town from Pahang with his world-famous Musang King durian called Bentong. I'm the eldest among my siblings. I'm so grateful for the respect that my younger brother and my younger sister have in me. Every time when they call me Go, I feel so warm. Simplicity is the word to describe my first 10 years of life. I did not come from a rich family, but I had such fulfilling, fun-filling, enriching childhood. In the era where we did not have computer, mobile phones, computer games, we were flying kites high in the blue skies, chasing fellow friends, happily on the green fields, catching fishes in the cooling small rivers. Wow, such beautiful memories. My parents sent me to Chinese school with just one simple reason. They wish that I would be able to write them a letter that they can understand if I had to work far away from home one day. That is my first 10 years of life. Learn and grow took up most of my second 10 years of life. In the primary, everything was so new and interesting to me. So I learned and I studied hard. In my teenage, as I was not as handsome as my friends, I did not have my puppy love in my sweet 16s. So I learned and I studied even harder. And that built good foundation for my tertiary education and my career later on. It was like riding a roller coaster in my next 20 years of life. I always think that I am a lucky star in the eyes of God. I started a smooth sailing in my career with better pay, bigger bonus, better performance than my peers. What did I do? I am not really sure about it, but everything was worked out so nicely, so perfectly for me that I climbed the corporate ladder very smoothly. Even the Cupid, the God of love, also spotted me. I met my loving wife, had our family with four lovely children. If I was riding on a roller coaster, I was at the peak of the track. I was on cloud nine, reaping my success, enjoying my inspiring achievements. I began to become arrogant. I thought I should have taken a much bigger stage. I thought I should have ready for it. Without much consideration about my lack of experience, I started my entrepreneurship journey. My entrepreneurship journey was so tough, was so challenging that my arrogance, my self-centered pride was crushed. Not only that, I lost almost all my money. My confidence was beaten flat. From the top of the world, I fell all the way, rock bottom. I was a failure. I was in the dark. I couldn't see the silver lining, and I couldn't even see where is the end of the tunnel. I felt so hopeless. It took me 10 years to rebuild myself. It took me 10 years to regain my confidence, to be back on the entrepreneur journey where I was supposed to be, to pick up and enjoy the joy and happiness of the family, which I have missed. Thanks to my family for their selfless and unconditional love they've given to me. From what I've encountered in the past, I learned to appreciate what I have presently. Perhaps the happiest thing to me now is none other than working hard, strive to the best for my business. Perhaps the happiest thing for me now is to holding my loving wife's hands, watching our children growing up day by day. Perhaps the best thing, the happiest thing to me now is none other than keeping my family healthy and happy. I am 52 now, marching towards reaching my 6th decade of life. How many more 10 years do I have? Does it matter? Seize the moment, live to the fullest in life would be the best arrangement for me now and the future. Back to you.
Thank you, CP. He's one of the pillars of our club and also my mentor. And next, let's have our fourth speakers. Our fourth speaker, she is going to have her leadership development projects, level one projects, how many projects? Project number 2, which is evaluation and feedback. First speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback from the evaluator, and apply the feedback to a second speech. And our first speaker, her evaluator is Joy Ng, who are our without much introduction, Joy Ng is our today newly installed Vice President of Memberships. And she's going to evaluate our newly installed secretary of our clubs, Toastmaster Joanne. She is going to have to deliver her level 1 project 2 evaluation and feedback. Speech title is Monash University Toastmaster Club. Toastmaster Joanne Lim, Monash University Toastmaster Club. The stage is yours.
A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I'm going to share with you how I started my Toastmasters journey. Back in my university days, my college used to have this club and society week every semester, in which all the club, they will set up a booth at the foyer to exhibit their club to recruit more new members, especially the freshmen. Me and my friends, we were freshmen in the university and excited, and we decided to hunt for a fun club to join. Toastmasters Club attracted and caught our attention. Out of curiosity, we attended the demo meeting of Monash University Toastmasters Club. It was the first Toastmaster meeting that I've ever attended, and it gave me a culture shock. There is someone who is counting your last table topic. How am I going to speak in front of such a big crowd without having prepared anything, without knowing what to expect? And just by imagining myself on the stage, I was already trembling like a leaf. It was also the very meeting that it got my adrenaline rushing and my blood boiling. I knew this is the place for me to practice as I signed on the membership and embarked on my Toastmaster journey. I have had public speaking experience back in my schooling days. I have took part in poem reading competition, as well as been a few times of MC in the school. I have a strong passion for public speaking. However, I know that deep down, I have a little stage fright that would ignite. And sometimes they have a better control of me. So I knew I wanted to counter this little monster. The first speech ever in my Toastmasters journey. It was perfect the way I imagined it. I crafted a perfect speech. I memorized it. I even memorized my gesture, and I went in confidently. After finishing my speech, everyone stood up and gave me a standing ovation. My confidence was boosted. My evaluator, he was so generous in giving his compliment. You set a high standard for an icebreaker speech, my evaluator Ronald said. That night, I went back to my hostel happily, knowing that I did well. I had this video recording that my friend took for me, and I can't wait to see how well I did, right? I look at the video. It was disastrous. I was unnatural. Anyone can tell that I have my script memorized. My gestures, they were intentional. I even had a few episodes of stage fright in which pauses, some awkward pauses were practiced in the speech as I was trying to recall my script. I didn't do well. That night, I was upset. But I was not defeated. and I knew I could do better. Subsequently, I took up different roles. I took the initiative to challenge different roles in the meeting. I went for club visiting with my peers. I tried to give more and more speeches, wishing to overcome my fear for public speaking. As time goes by, practices after practices, I realized I'm getting more and more comfortable by being on the stage. I realized I have a better control of this little monster. Moving on to the next term, I challenged the role of Vice President of Membership, hoping to help others grow in their public speaking journey. I graduated for almost 2 years now, and I realized that there are so many things that I've learned in Toastmasters that can be applied to my life and to my job. One very apparent outcome is reflected on my resume. As a fresh graduate, we will prepare this file, right, that will compile our results, our certificates, and basically anything that can showcase us as an exemplary student. So I have this file and I brought together with me to an interview. My interviewer, usually the first page is where we put our results, right? Presented proudly to the interviewer. My interviewer, without even reading it, flipped past my first page. Can you imagine 3 years of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears got flipped away in less than 3 seconds? My heart was bleeding. My interviewer then continued to flip until she reaches my Toastmaster cert. It's where I put some of my best speaker awards and my contest certs. And in that 50 minutes of interview, my interviewer was so curious and asked me questions about my experience in Toastmasters, how I overcome fear for public speaking, how I manage the club, how I manage my academic work and Toastmasters at the same time. And that interview led me to my current job, a position in the multinational pharmaceutical corporation. And I thank Toastmaster for that. Toastmaster also taught me to be always prepared for spontaneity. As a newbie in my company, I was always called upon in meetings. My bosses always like to cue me to ask me, Joanne, how do you feel? Joanne, what is your thought? And even though I still do get nervous because in the room there are bosses sitting in, right? However, I realize I don't get panic, I don't tremble, and I can speak my mind with ease. And I thank Table Topic training for that. Toastmaster has changed my life, changed how I present myself and how I interacted with people. It has taught me not to only be a better speaker, but a leader, a listener, a mentor, and a peer. I'd like to challenge all of you here in the room to actively take up a role in the meeting, to give speeches, be it table topic or prepared speeches, to go visit a club, expand your network. You reap what you sow. You harvest what you planted. Go and challenge your boundaries, and great things often happen outside of our comfort zone. With this, I've come to the end of my speech. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Joanne. What a wonderful speech. And I believe that not just Toastmaster changed your life, it is to change my life as well. Let's now have our last speaker of today. And our last speaker also, although is having a different pathway, which is presentation mastery, however, she's having the very same level 1, project 2, evaluation and feedback, the first speech. And her evaluator today is Noah. Noah Ling is a newly joined member, and he is also having his very first evaluation in our club and will be evaluated by BC Ngor, Distinguished Toastmaster Menengok, in the written form. Yeah, our next speaker and our last speaker of today, prepared speaker of today is Ying Chen. Toastmaster Wan Ying Chen, she's a university student, is pursuing PhD right now, and her speech title is My Dreadful Experience Starting UC Berkeley. My Dreadful Experience Starting UC Berkeley. Ying Chen, the stage is yours.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to share with you my dreadful experience starting UC Berkeley. During my third year of university, I've studied abroad at UC Berkeley. So what's the benefit of studying abroad? First of all, it looks good on my CV, as this university is the top public university in the world. Second, since I'm studying science, studying at this place offers me a lot of possibilities to do science internship and research, which I have done. Third, it provides me a different type of academic environment to immerse myself in. All this benefit makes my experience seems like all flowers and glory, but I would like to talk about the blood, sweat, and tears behind my experience. The UC Berkeley campus is actually very expensive to live in. I remember my first stress of this exchange experience is to find an affordable place to live in. The on-campus accommodation is about 20,000 US dollar for 10 months. 10 months, which is about 80,000 ringgit. One cheapest shared room close to the campus, but it's not from the campus, is at least 1,000 US dollar per month. Can you imagine? I'm already stressed out before even starting to live in California. From online resources, I have managed to find a room, but there is only such limited places you can look into when you are so far away from another country. The room I found is expensive and it's a 20 minutes away drive away from the campus, which is pretty far away. I don't have a car in the US, so I was planning to take Uber back and from the university every day. Fast forward to the first day of orientation in UC Berkeley. It was the most stressful day in my life. I was homesick. I found out there's a problem with my visa, which is going to affect my status as a student. On top of that, I realized that taking Uber to the university every morning is a bit too time consuming. So I'm in dire need of searching for a new place. I was pulling my hair out over what to do with this problem when suddenly I realized I have lost a $2,000 check. I frantically searched every place I've been on the campus, but to no avail, it was gone. I can't imagine what would happen if someone else got the check. After an hour of running around the building searching, I was sweating and shivering in fear. I felt like the burden about my visa and accommodation are going to squash me to death. And the fact that I lost a $2,000 check was my last straw. In stress and despair, I had a panic attack. I squatted down beside the library staircase. I was breathing heavily as I feel my vision starting to black out. I was shivering in fear and sweating from the panic. I was nauseous and I feel like I was going to pass out. However, as all bad things happen, life still goes on. After what it feels like an eternity, I pulled myself up and wobbled all the way to the university office so they can cancel the previous $2,000 check and issue me a new one. I dragged myself all the way to the international office to consult about my visa. I remember I was still shivering when I sit down and talk to the advisor. She definitely saw my pale complexion and she asked, "Are you okay? How are you?" I just broke down and I started crying and tell her all this problem I have and I have no idea what to do. What can I do? I'm in a foreign country. I'm all by myself. I have this trouble with my visa. Am I going to be escorted back home? I've lost this check, but thankfully it's back now, but I still need an accommodation. The school is starting next week. What am I going to do? I can't find a place to live. I'm going to live under a bridge. The advisor, she was such a nice human being. She listened to me patiently and finally she gave me a glass of water and asked me to calm down. First of all, she offered me some technical help with my visa. She also handed me some leaflet to some nearby accommodation. After this meeting, I called my parents and tell them what is going on, and they also offered very, very strong support and tell me to stay strong. After this meeting, again, I called the numbers on the leaflet and managed to find a single room that is 5 minutes walk away from the university, but at the same price. Also, I was able to go to San Francisco, which is nearby by a train, and got my visa problem sorted out. As all these issues get resolved, gradually I feel like the clouds have moved over from my head and the sunlight is finally shining on me. After 1 week, I got my visa and check problem sorted out. I also moved to a new place at a walking distance from the university. I was adjusting well to the new academic atmosphere, and my journey as an exchange student has finally and truly started. I'm talking about this experience because this is one of the darkest moments in my 23 years of life. To people who have greater age and experience, this might seem like a very, very small matter. However, standing up by myself in a completely new environment and also country alone was a challenge I have never faced before. Therefore, I share this experience to tell you that kind people are always available to help you. Don't give up on yourself in the most desperate of times. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ying Chen. A very, I don't dare not to say it's a very good experience, but it's a very impressive experience. Yeah. Now let's have timer to report the time taken for our each speakers today.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. This is my timer report as follow. For the first speaker, Toastmaster To Seng Koo, she took 7 minutes 9 seconds. For the second speaker, Toastmaster Richard Tan, he took 6 minutes 18 seconds. For the third speaker, Toastmaster CP Lau, he took 6 minutes 16 seconds. For the fourth, Joanne Lim, Joanne Lim, she took 7 minutes 9 seconds. And the last speaker, Toastmaster Wan In Cheng, she took 6 minutes 4 seconds. So Richard Tan, CP Lau, Joanne Lim, Wan Chin Cheng are eligible for voting. So thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Hui Tang. And now is our best session of tonight, which is photo taking. Yeah. Everyone, please turn on your cameras and stare on the cameras, stare on the screens. Let's have a group session photo before break. Counting down, 3, 2, 1. Yes.
Alice not open the video yet. Audio and video. Alice, where's Alice? Slowly. Okay. All right. I will take the first page first. Okay. Stay on the pose. 1, 2, 3.
Smile.
Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3. QC checking first. Wait. All right, second page. 1, 2, 3.
Hold your smile.
Okay. Do you want to change another pose? Some facial, funny.
Freestyle.
Freestyle. Okay, right? 1, 2, 3. Hold the pose. Right, second page. Again, 1, 2, 3. All right.
Okay, great. Thank you, YY. And now let's have a very quick short break, 2 minutes break. And please come back at 8:55.
Hi, Frank.
Hi.
Just came back from your work, is it?
Yes.
Welcome, Brand.
Hello.
I saw some new guests come here. Can we invite them to do a self-introduction? May I know who is Asman? Manchi? New guest, is it?
Hi, I would
Manchi
like
is a
to
friend of
invite.
Joanne, right? Hmm.
Yeah, I would like to invite the guests to introduce yourself. Who invited
Yeah.
you to the club? And what are you currently busy with?
One to be the first one. Should I invite
Okay,
Asman?
I can go first.
Sure.
Sure, go ahead.
Hi. Hi,
Okay.
everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm Manchi and I'm being introduced by Joanne. And what am I currently busy with is my master. Yep, that's all. Good to meet you all.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Okay. I spot my old friend Jojo Te here. Jojo Te, welcome you.
Hello, Mr. Gray.
You want to introduce yourself to them? Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Jojo. I'm invited by Mr. L, but Mr. L is busy maybe now. Okay. So nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you
Welcome,
too,
Jojo.
Nice to meet you.
Asman, can you go next?
Hi, my name Azman. I'm from Club Toastmaster Johor Bahru, Bahasa Melayu Johor Bahru. Just walk in.
Selamat datang.
Selamat datang.
Welcome.
I'm the president of Club Toastmaster Johor Bahru.
Oh, I see. Ramai, you
Hi,
are
Asman.
under G3, under G3.
Yeah, your class is under GT together with
Yeah.
us.
Welcome, welcome.
Next time we will visit to your club.
Can, no problem.
Yes, just give us your meeting link.
No problem, can. Anytime can.
Nice to
We
meet
have
you. Yeah.
we have a first and third week of the Monday evening.
Oh, I see. Monday.
Just
Okay,
over,
next time
right?
you
This
can
Monday.
just share.
Ah, okay.
Ding, ding, ding. Hands up. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Let's move on to the table topic sessions. Today's second best session, okay, of today. Okay, but however, please remember later we'll be casting our votes to our best speaker as well as our best topics speakers. Okay, now let's move on to table topic sessions. The purpose is for us to have an impromptu speech sessions to provide the opportunity for one and for all to practice thinking and speaking on our feet. And the timing sequence is as follows. At 1 minute, they'll have green screen. At 1.5 will be amber screen, and at 2 minutes, there'll be red screen, and 15 seconds, there'll be bell. Yeah, and today, our table topic masters, he'll be conducting his presentation mastery level 3 elective projects, active listenings, and also will be evaluated in written form by distinguished Toastmasters BC Ngor. Yeah, our table topic master of today is to me, is a king of fruits. He's having a fruit business as well as palm oil business. Yeah, let's welcome Toastmaster Goi Lai Ho.
Hi, thank you, Toastmaster, for the introductions. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. One of the most exciting portions of the Toastmaster meetings is the table topic sessions. The main objective is to challenge members to develop their impromptu communication skills and think on their own feet by answer unrehearsed questions. It's also for those who do not have speaking rules during the meetings for them to speak. you have 1 minute to 2 minutes to deliver your speech, and we will be vote for the best table topic speaker amongst of you. They will be disqualified voting if they speak less than 1 minute and more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And everybody is encouraged to use the word of the day, read. So without further ado, I will invite our timers waiting to go through the timer screens guidelines with me. So it's visible now. At 1 minute, the green card will be shown. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, the yellow card will be shown. At 2 minutes, the red card will be shown. So let's get started our table topic sessions. Let's move on. I will do the sharing first. Let's share screen. All right, is it visible for you?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. So the word of today, I refresh it. It's a read. Okay. So for tonight, I have 7 questions on the share screen for participants to choose. So who will want to be the first one to answer, to take the question? Let us invite our guest, Aubrey. What about any volunteer for our guests? Tonight we have so many guests, so you are welcome to take this opportunity.
May I?
All right.
I saw Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee, is it?
Yeah, here.
Okay. Mr. L. So, which question do you like to start?
This question. Last one.
We have number 7. Okay, all right. Just a moment. Number 7. I'll review the question.
The picture.
Just a moment. Okay, the last one. Question number 7. What are the essentials of being a great boss? What are the essentials of being a great boss? The stage is yours, Mr. L. Thank you.
Okay. What are the essentials of being a great boss? For me, I think great boss, we can call it leader, but a bad boss, we call it boss. What do a great boss do? Is a leader. Or what leader do? Or leader will do the thing, show to the worker, show to the staff, and teach the staff how to do that. But what bad boss do? The bad boss just instruct, hey, you do that, you do this, but not teaching the staff to do. Or just instruct the staff to do, just give instruction, but not teaching the staff to do it. That is the bad boss. Great boss, teaching by showing, and then let the staff to do it. Second, the great boss is more empathetic. When speaking to the staff, he more willing to listen to start the story, the story behind, empathize his feeling or her feeling. But a bad boss, like no emotion or don't want the emotion from the staff, you must do this, I don't want to listen any excuse, or he don't want to listen all the complaint from the start, all the team issue from the start. He just want you do this. You listen to me, but not I listen to you. The third one, a great boss, he willing to listen to the staff, all the thing happen. And sometimes the boss will consider the opinion from the staff. But the bad boss, he always think himself is good. Oh, you are not good, I am good, I am higher than you. You are lower. So you listen to me. You don't want to give me any opinion. So a great boss have three things. First is leading by example, do for the staff. Second, empathetic. The last one, listen to staff and listen to their opinion. That is the difference between great boss and the bad boss. So I end my speech here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Noah, for your answer for number 7. So we're going to proceed. Next, volunteers to choose your question here. We have 1 to 6. Annie, I saw it. So what's the question you want to choose?
Maybe 4.
Pardon?
Number 4.
Number 4, all right. So this is the one. Just a moment. All right. For question number 4 is, what motivates you to go to work each day? What motivates you to go to work each day? Annie, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. What motivates me to go to work each day? First of the what motivate me first of all is, I think because I'm the how to say, for my work, I think the working environment, first is the working environment, because for my company, I think the colleagues all are very friendly, and my leader, who is my superior, also is a very good leader. She will always coach us, teach us, like when we are facing any problems or any challenges during, because I'm handling like the leasing side. So if I meet any problems, my superior will teach us how to settle the problem. So I think the working environment is playing the important roles, and then second is, I think meet different people. So then from meeting different peoples, then it will grow us. Then we can learn something from each other. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie, for your wonderful answer. It definitely motivate us to foster a passion for our daily work. So we're going to continue third question. So I'm doing the share screen again. Just a moment. Okay. So for the third question, we're just going to have a try. What about Jojo?
Does Mr. L want to try?
Mr.
Does
L.
Leon?
Okay, I have a try.
Right.
Great.
Which question you would like to choose?
Number 2.
Number 2. Yes. Just a moment. Okay. Question number 2. Who inspire you to be better? Who inspire you to be better? Mr. L, the stage is yours.
Good evening, table topic master, dear value Toastmaster and guests. So my topic is who inspired me the most, right? So I think as a human, we all need inspiration. We can go to course, we can go to class to attend the meeting or event to make ourselves improve. But the most important, I think, is you have to motivate yourself. You have to inspire yourself instead of other people inspire you or motivate you. We can go through by reading books. We can see how other people's story make our life improve. But we can make ourselves to more improve, I guess. So by attending Toastmaster can make us improve a lot. Like just now, one of the speaker, Joanne, said about Toastmaster can change our life. So all of us here will attend the meeting tonight. I think you also want to improve yourself. Who asked you to join the meeting? I think you are the one ask yourself to join. So I'm proud of you and give yourself a clap. So back to you, table topic master.
Thank you for Mr. Els. You have given a good answer for telling us that Toastmaster could influence you to become better. So we come to the next question. Can they do the share screen? You still can have the last participant for this table topic session. Who else want to try? Please raise your hand. As our team said, as you sow, so shall you reap.
Our guest Yvonne.
Yvonne, all right. So Yvonne, which question you want to pick?
Number 5.
Number 5. Okay. Let's go to number 5 here. So question number 5. What do you like about the town you live? What do you like about the town you live? The stage is yours, Yon.
Table topic master, can you hear me? Because I actually can't see the screen well.
Okay.
Yes, can hear you.
Sorry, my topic is describe the town that I live in, right?
Yes.
Thank you, table topic master. So basically, I guess I must be talking well about Johor Bahru. Well, I'm actually a homebred JB girl, and I feel proud to be one as well. But I must say that although I actually studied in Johor Bahru, a lot of my schoolmates, my classmates are actually not in JB. Most of them, majority of them has moved to Singapore and stayed there, settled down there, worked as well. So if you're saying that I love JB, in fact, I do. The fact that I don't have many friends from my school, but I make many new friends from my work and also from Toastmasters itself. So what I like about Johor Bahru, I must say one thing I love very much because I live in other towns and other countries before. What I love most in JB is I have my own transport. I have my own car. I can drive anywhere I want to go. I don't need to take any public transport or squeeze into any buses or take any trains. So basically, I love the freedom staying in JB.
So what I like about it, the best thing is the car. I have my own vehicle. I can go anywhere I want. I don't even need to ask any ex-boyfriend, husband, or anybody to come and chauffeur me. So women's independence. Secondly, I love the best is about the food. Yes, it's about the food. In fact, if you notice in JB, right, there are many variety of food that we can go for. Previously, we used to be so famous for Mama store. I also love to go to Mama store until I find that too much oily food. So I decided I should stop all this supper. And if you notice JB girls, right, what are they famous for? How many JB girls here? Okay, when I live in Kuala Lumpur, everybody tell me, Johor girl, wow, very good at eating spices, nasi lemak, laksa, everything. Frankly speaking, it's true. We are all really good because we are chili padi, spice JB girls. Back to the table topic, master.
Thank you. Thank you for your favorite reasons for telling us why you so much love your town. So I think we'll be end our table topic session here. Then thanks to everyone who participate. Now I return control to our timer for the timer report. We think the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. This is my timer report as follows. For the first speaker, Toastmaster Noah Lim, he talked 2 minutes 40 seconds. For the second speaker, Toastmaster Annie, she took 1 minute 49 seconds. For the third speaker, guest Mr. L, he took 1 minute 27 seconds. For the last speaker, guest Yvonne, she took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Everyone, congratulations, everyone are eligible for voting. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Hui Teng, and thank you, Table Topic Master. Yeah, I believe we have a wonderful session today. And now let's move on to our third section, which is evaluations. And I don't think I need to further introduce our general evaluator again. He's the one who helped us on our cloud officer installation just now, who is also our G3, Division G3 Area Director. Jacob Koo, let's welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, Mr. Yves Tan. Hi everyone, fellow Toastmasters, good evening. I am Jacob Koo and I will be the general evaluator for today's meeting. So for tonight, I will be calling on a team to assist me with giving the feedback to our speakers and role players, and after that, I will evaluate the overall meeting as well. Okay. Let's start with the speech evaluation session. First, we will start the speech evaluation session where each evaluator will give a brief evaluation on their corresponding evaluatees' speeches. Now, before we start, could the timer please demonstrate the timing sequence for the speech evaluators, please?
Sorry?
Okay. Sorry. I forgot to cue you in. Okay, so dear speech evaluators, you will be given 2 to 3 minutes for your evaluation session. So at the second minute, our timer will flash the green screen. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. And at the second minute and 30th second, our timer will show the yellow screen. Okay, and at the third minute, our timer will show the red screen. And third minute, 15 seconds, our timer will show the bell screen. And you have 15 more seconds to wrap up your evaluation speech. Okay, let's begin with the first speech evaluator, who is Presentation Mastery Level 2, Adeline Chin. Adeline Chin will be evaluating our first project speech speaker, and that is Mr. To Sheng Pu. Okay, So without further ado, let's welcome Miss Adeline Chin. Miss Adeline Chin, please welcome.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Mr. President, Area Director Jacob, fellow Toastmaster and honors guests. Good evening. Wow, though, I really like your speech very much. I shall contribute to your complete your icebreaker project today. Dear guys, please give Thor around a digital approach. First of all, you use a different way and good motivation to introduce yourself. And you begin the speech with confident and calm, also with a good hand gestures and body language. I think today you not sweating at all, right? Some more, you have a good, meaningful opening speech, comparing structure, contents, and encourage conclusion. For the beginning, you tell us, in our life journeys, always facing a lot of challenges. You take the good example, same like writing in your t-shirt. These challenges will strengthen our inner and outer empowerment. This could very impact and inspire audience want to know more about you. You share 3 key points to us. First, your happiness and joyful childhood memory. Second, what is difficulties and what your fear in your study journey. And lastly, how they impact you, how they impact your career until you can run the job smoothly in your future lifestyle. In your conclusion, you encourage people must first one failure honestly in yourself and how you settle down your failures really admire you. You take back my memory about this code. Practice made perfect. You have to start become perfect, not perfect to start. You really break through yourself in a next stage. Even though you had a good presentation for your icebreaker, but I hope next time you can challenge yourself to stand up in the center instead of one side of the virtual, because this motion can attract audience focus on you and try to have a deep breath before you speak to reduce your nervous, so you will be more successful in your presentation. I hope next time your speech can be complete within the time given. In the end, I really hope you can build up your self-confidence faster. I believe that you can overcome challenges in your life. Seems like today your speech rider, and in the future you will thank yourself for joining Toastmaster learning platform to make your life fearful and youthful. As you show you read. This is my evaluation. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Adeline Chin, for your very insightful comments for our first project speaker, who is Mr. To Shing Pu. Okay, thank you very much. All right, now let us proceed with the second speech evaluator for today, who is none other than Miss Ng Sin A. She will be evaluating our second project speaker, who is Mr. Richard Tan. Okay, without further ado, please welcome our second speech evaluator, Ng Sin A. Ng Sin A. The floor is all yours.
Good evening and thanks, Jacob. Today is my first time evaluator, so I hope I try my best. So Richard, really congratulations to you as you are successful deliver your first icebreaker speakers. Yeah. So you have got minimal pause. I observed that you don't have a lot of R or step, which is a first successful step in your speech. So I have been attracted by your by your interesting childhood story. Maybe just you want to become a Superman, and it really a funny story to me and attracted my attentions. And the one good point that I want to highlight is that you have break your self-introduction in 3 chapters, which is one is for your childhood educations and your working life, and also your Toastmaster journey. I feel that it's very easy for me to follow through. And I know you better. You are a specialist in banking fields, and also you are the ex-EXCO member for the Toastmaster, and even you're telling us that you will pursue your dream to become a digital Toastmaster in 3 years' time, which is, I think, is a good example to me and also all the members in this room and whoever haven't joined the Toastmaster today. So it's really a good example to all of us, as you have set your goal and you know your weakness and you find a way to move on to be your better for tomorrow. So it is really a good here. And I have the 3 areas that I would like to suggest for your better speech in your better speech in near futures. First, I observe that your eye contact. I think most of the times that you're looking at the ceiling at left and right, which is that projected that you actually try to memorize your script. So I hope that you can cut down all these, improve your eye contact to the audience. The second is that if possible, right, I suggest you to cut down the excessive movement backwards and forwards, because I noticed that your voice is unstable. It sometimes loud and sometimes it is soft. So it will give an audience that is cannot focus. Okay, the last thing is that I think the time management is very pretty, that actually your story is very interesting and you have a very smooth speech, but then because of timings, you're over the times. So you're not eligible to voting. And I believe that the practice will make perfect. You will read what you saw. Okay, that's all is my evaluation for today to Richard. Back to you.
Okay, thank you very much for our second speech evaluator. Okay, now let's proceed with the third speech evaluator for today, and that is Mr. Raymond Chai, Motivational Strategies Level 4. Okay, so Raymond Chai will be evaluating our third project speaker for today, and that is none other than our distinguished Toastmaster, Mr. CP Lau. Okay, without further ado, please welcome our third speech evaluator for today, Mr. Raymond Chai. Mr. Raymond Chai, the floor is all yours.
Once again, thank you, our general evaluator, Elliot Director Jacob. Okay, distinguished Toastmaster CP Lau, congratulations. You have completed your first project, Icebreaker, speech title 50. Now, the first thing I like your speech is when you say life got how many decades, how many 10 years. This is really true. You and me had reached the 5-10 years. So we all should appreciate and treasure whatever things we had in life. Now, throughout your speech, you had clearly introduced yourself by telling us lots of life stories, where you live, where you were born, the Musa King, all right, the education journey, your career, your achievement, the setback, and how you overcome the failure. So your speech is so purposeful and yet easy to follow. Now, another thing I like to comment to you is the body language you use. So we all can see you use a lot of hand gesture. You're trying to make the presentation more entertaining and dramatic. Well done, CP. Now, however, I have a recommendation for you here. Now, throughout your speech, I noticed that you actually apply the same emotion and feelings, very aggressive, the way you speak. But to some certain extent, which is lack of some cheerful facial expression. Now, I realized that your speech actually got two parts, which is before and after the setback. So the first part actually is full of joy. So I think you can use a more pleasant feelings, right? So lastly, I like your conclusion, keeping my family happy and healthy. I think this is a message you want to deliver to the audience. Now, perfect. I look forward to your next speech. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raymond Chai, for the very insightful evaluation of our third project speaker, Distinguished Toastmaster CP Lau. Okay, I really enjoy how you highlighted points that deserves praise and points that need improvement in his project speech. Okay, let's proceed with our fourth speech evaluator for today, and that is Ms. Joy Ng, Strategic Relations, Level 2. Okay, Ms. Joy Ng, you're going to evaluate our fourth project speaker for today, and that is Ms. Joanne Lim. Okay, so without further ado, please put your hands together and welcome our fourth speech evaluator for today, Strategic Relations Level 2, Joy Ng. Strategic Relations Level 2, Joy Ng.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Jacob. So, Joanne, I really enjoy tonight. Wow, wow, wow. Your sharing is, I would say, awesome, because you have delivered a core value of being brave and courage to take up all the challenge from your comfort zone. It's not easy to do that, especially for a lady just like you. I love your sweet voice and the vocalized pause. The volume and the pitch, I would say that the intonation is very clear and natural. Bravo. The articulation and the pronunciation, they are just the point. They are just perfect. And I can see you smiling throughout the progress, and the facial expression is there's tons of facial expression, and I'm amazed by how you present it by showing different gestures and your arms. You move your arms around in order to attract the attention. I would say that, yes, that is very good. And the posture, when you are trying to share something, you stand up. You have stand up to share it. And during the sharing, there's no distractions as well. You look straight into the camera, and it seems that you are talking to each of us. Good. And at the same time, you also have to share the quotes that we use today. So all in all, I would say that you are very passionate throughout the whole section. And when I'm listening to your sharing, my blood is boiling as well. And yes, this is for you. And as a conclusion, I would say that if you want something, you have to strike hard for it in order to achieve it. And you have to do something that you never done. That's all for my sharing. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you for the very enthusiastic evaluation you have given to your speaker. It shows how attentive and how engrossed, how very mesmerized you are by your project speaker's speech. Okay, let's proceed with the last speech evaluator for today, and that is Miss Noah Ling. So Miss Noah Ling will be evaluating our last project speaker, and that is Wan Yin Chen. Okay, Wan Yin Chen. Okay, so without further ado, please welcome our fifth speech evaluator for today, Miss Noah Ling. Miss Noah Ling. The floor is all yours.
Okay. Okay, congratulations, intern. You done your second prepared speak, right? Yeah, it's a good try, good try to you. So I can see your two things you are doing good. First one, I can listen all your, can you listen me? Okay, I can listen all your speak very fluent. And you can, how to say? You can continue to speak non-stop. Oh, a lot of people cannot do that. Continue to speak blah, 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 non-stop. That is good. Second, your sound tone. I like your sound tone is good, especially during the 80,000, 10 months, 80,000, 10 months. Then you make the sound bigger. So that tone attract us to listen to your story. That is the second thing that you make it good. For me, I have three improvements for you. First one, the eye. When the starting, I can see your eye look at your script here. So for my suggestion, maybe your script can put behind your screen. Put behind your screen because now online. So you don't need put here. You see on here. My suggestion. Okay. Second, for one conversation, I think it's your lecturer. Your lecturer say, "How are you?" How are you? Then you say, "I start crying." So I will suggest you to do role play. How the posture? Oh, the lecturer maybe say, "Hey, how are you?" And after that, become yourself. So I started to cry. You make the sound of cry very sad. Oh, so you make the sad. I started to cry. Oh, you make yourself. Okay, this one my suggestion to you. And the third one, the third suggestion is I think that you can change your topic because your topic is my dreadful experience starting UC Berkeley. So you can change the topic to darker moment of my 22 years, my life in overseas. Yeah. So I think this topic will more attract us to listen to your story. My darker moment. Wow. What is your darker moment? So you more attract us to listen to your story. So by ending, so I think you are you are do a great try. So I wish to hear a better prepared speak on next time meeting. So all the best to you. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much to our last speech evaluator for today. A similarly very encouraging evaluation for our last project speaker for today. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, now this marks the end of our speech evaluation session. Could the timer please give the timing report and announce the voting eligibility for each evaluator, please?
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. This is my timer report as follows. For the first evaluator, Adeline Chin, she took 3 minutes 28 seconds. For the second evaluator, Chin A, she took 3 minutes 12 seconds. For the third evaluator, Raymond Chai, he took 2 minutes 12 seconds. And the fourth evaluator, Joyce Ng, she took 2 minutes 31 seconds. And the last evaluator, Noah Lim, he took 2 minutes 55 seconds. Congratulations, everyone are eligible for voting. Thank you. Back to General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you very much, our timer. Okay, as you have all heard just now, all of our speech evaluators are eligible for the upcoming voting session. Congratulations. Now, may I have the Zoom master to release the poll link in the form of, I believe, Google link in the chat box? Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Evening, Yves Tan. Okay, please click on the link and vote for the best evaluator for today. Okay, without further delay, okay, we have a pop-up here. So, Toastmaster of the Evening, where should we vote?
Zoom Master, the polling is workable?
Oh, okay. So I think we resume Zoom polling then, right?
No, using Google because of
Uh,
some technical issues. So I already post a link in chat box.
Yeah, okay. So please ignore the polling on the Zoom here. This will not be valid. Please use the Google Forms link in the chat box. Yeah. Sorry for
Okay,
the
thank you. Okay, thank you for the clarification. Okay, so please use the polling in the chat box, which is a Google form link, okay, provided by our Zoom Master and our Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you very much. In the meantime, let's carry on with our evaluation session for today because our evaluation session has not ended. Only our speech evaluation session has come to an end, and now marks the start of our technical evaluation side of things. Okay, without further ado, we'll hear from the grammarian or the language evaluator for today, a very seasoned Toastmasters and mentor for Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club, who is none other than Mr. Bernard, who has been tracking our word of the day usage and has been keeping an eye on the good and the flawed uses of English language throughout the meeting. Okay, please welcome Toastmaster Bernard Wong.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Area Director Jacob Koo, for the introduction. I would like to first of all commend our speakers this evening. There are 8 speakers who have used the word of the day, reap. They are Max once, Yves twice, Jacob once, CP Lau once, reaping my success, Joanne once, Goy once, Adeline Chin once, Ng Sin Yi once. A round of applause for these speakers. I'd like to first begin with the good usage of the language, and this evening I'm pleased to have reaped a treasure of good English phrases. I'd like to share them first. To rebuild, to regain by CP Lau. Selfless and unconditional love, also used by CP Lau. The following phrases were used by speaker Joanne Lim. Out of curiosity, trembling like a leaf, adrenaline rushing and blood boiling, strong passion, stage fright that will ignite. My confidence was boosted, awkward pauses, upset but not defeated, blood, sweat and tears. My heart was bleeding, prepared for spontaneity. It is pronounced as spontaneity. Challenge your boundaries. The following were used by our speaker Yin Chen. In dire need, to no avail, scorch me to death, stress and despair, what feels like an eternity. Kick off this meeting used by our Sergeant Arms Alice T. Honored guest by President Max. Amazed and impressed. Result will come back to you. Better to say result will return to you. Stand in the epicenter of action. Lead in mind, lead in behavior, lead in action. Be mindful and always be passionate. Spark and ignite your passion. Diligent and smart. The following phrase was used by Yves. Fine-tune our presentation skills. General Evaluator Jacob used soaring to greater heights. Rise to the challenge by Toastmaster To Shing Pu. Crowd phobia, heart palpitations. Richard used the following phrases: mischievous childhood, overcome these obstacles. And CP Lau used the following phrases: learn and grow, smooth sailing in my career, reaping my success, fell rock bottom, couldn't see the silver lining. The next phrase was used by Yves, very impressive experience. Perhaps it would be more appropriate to say very valuable experience. Influence you to become better, used by Toastmaster Goy Lai Hock. Homebred JB Girl by Yvonne Tan. The following phrases used by our general evaluator: insightful comments, enthusiastic evaluations, encouraging evaluations, mesmerized. Now moving to the poor usage of the language. Here I have picked up several. I'm not too sure whether I have the time to complete them all. The phrase to conduct the next agenda. Agenda is a list of things, usually a program. Better to say to conduct the next session. 32 regular meeting. It is better to say 32nd regular meeting because that is the order of the meetings. This week, Monday. Better to say last Monday. The purpose that you want to be achieved. Here the word be is redundant. The purpose that you want to achieve. To move more efficient towards our purpose. Correct would have been the adverb efficiently, to move more efficiently. Evening is pronounced as evening, not evening, because there are two parts, two syllables to the word evening, evening. Good evening. Look at my eye. You have two eyes, so say look at my eyes. Our founder's name is pronounced as Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. If you say it too quickly, it becomes something else. So say Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. Prepared speeches. Prepared speeches. It is not a prepared speech, but when in plural form, it is prepared speeches. We are referring to the session. Excuse me. We tend to swallow our last syllable in a word. When using a Mandarin phrase, please do translate it for the benefit of our non-Mandarin speakers like myself. I'm a banana. When you say plant a gourd or plant a melon, when you plant a gourd, you get a gourd. You plant a melon, you get a melon. So translate it. Timing keeping. More appropriate would be timekeeping. By anyone, also speech. By anyone, sorry, by anyone who speaks, should have been mentioned as by anyone who speaks. Without ado is a cliche, which I hope will not be used too often because cliches add no value to your speech. And I've picked up, it was used 6 times during this meeting. Instead of saying during 4 minutes, the green screen will be shown, say at the 4th minute, the green screen will be shown. At the 5th minute, the yellow screen. Some speakers tend to start a sentence with the word and, a conjunction. A conjunction is used usually to combine two clauses. I detected one who said, and I decided enough was enough, and. It's very used too often, it becomes a time filler. Take note to pause, put a full stop, use a quotation mark, and continue with your speech. She shared on how she benefited from Toastmasters. When you refer to something that happened in the past, she shared on how she benefited from Toastmasters. Pay a visit to clients. Better to say to visit clients. Dog barking to us. The correct preposition is barking at us. I was grown up in. Was grown is incorrect. It should be I grew up in. Floor mat, straw mat. Better to say a straw floor mat. That would have given a better picture. Thanks, as Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club, for accepted me. Correct would have been for accepting me. In my teenage, the word years was missing. Strive to the best. Perhaps better to say strive for the best. The happiest thing to me now, the correct preposition would have been the happiest thing for me now. Me and my friends, more appropriate to say my friends and I have took part. Better to say I had taken part, since you was reference something in the past, or I took part. As time goes by, I had. In reference to something in the past, say as time went by. Apply to my life and work. Better to say apply in my life and work. It provides me. Correct would have been something in the past tense. It provided me. I managed to found a room. Correct would have been I managed to find a room. With that, I thank everyone for your contribution to our usage of the language of English this evening, and I return control back to our General Evaluator, Area Director Jacob Koo.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Bernard Wong, for the incredibly meticulous report. I believe it is as expected of a very seasoned Toastmaster and a very experienced mentor for this club. Okay, did a great job. It was very detailed, and everyone gave a round of virtual applause to our Mr. Language Evaluator for today. Very good, very detailed report. Okay, I will have the art counter to present the report after me. So the art counter can keep track of my filler usage, which I believe is a lot, I guess. Now, I, as a general evaluator, have a few comments on the meeting as a whole. Okay, so Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club. You manage to surprise me at every turn. Every time I revisit the club, there are really some pleasant surprises for me to uncover. Every time there is a substantial improvement over my previous visit. And to think that you guys started from a club that doesn't use English language at all as the main language for chapter meetings to now to this very evening. Basically, this evening shows that you guys are basically indistinguishable from all the top-notch English-speaking Toastmasters club that we have right now, okay? And you guys have come this far, so I would like all of you guys to give yourself a pat on the back or even maybe an applause for yourself, okay? You guys did a very good job, and today's meeting was very above standard. It's above par, okay? I wouldn't say it's standard, it's above standard. That's what a proper Toastmasters meeting, a very professional Toastmasters meeting should look like, okay? Everything was done very on the book, very well. Some even did more than what was required, okay? And I was very pleased to see that. Okay, so let me get into the nitty-gritty of this meeting today, okay? The details for the meetings today. Okay, first, our meeting started off punctually, 7:30 p.m. This timing, I believe, is very accessible to most of the people, but some people might not. For some people, it might not be very convenient because I think they're on the way back home. But I like that this club committed to this timing, even though some might not be able to attend 7:30 sharp. But you guys started at 7:30 sharp, and I appreciate that. And for the call to order and the opening, it is handled very smoothly by our Sergeant at Arms today. Okay, congratulations. And I like that how the members of this club, like Bernard and also distinguished Toastmaster BC Ngor, you guys facilitate the guest introduction section by stating what to introduce and where should you introduce, and generally being friendly to all of the guests that have attended today. And for our guests, yes, they are introduced and given ample spotlight, okay, to talk about themselves. And seeing that we have a lot of guests today, an astounding number of guests today, that is an incredible feat. Okay, for the printed information, so we have the agenda, okay, we have the agenda, we have the virtual background, and we have the registration form sent to the chat box. Okay, all three of this, okay, not every club will send all three of these in the chat box, and you guys managed to do so. It shows how professional you are in treating such chapter meetings. Okay, for the Toastmaster of the Day roles, okay, I will get into the roles specific comments right now. Okay, for the Toastmaster of the Evening role, okay, Toastmaster of the Evening, you hosted well, okay, you hosted very good, and you showed that you are very at ease with the audience and with a lot of unfamiliar audiences too today, because we have a large amount of guests and also visiting Toastmasters as well. And I like that how you did a mini wrap up at the end of each speaker speech. You gave some comments, okay, to show that you are really listening to what they are saying instead of just waiting for their turn to finish. And I appreciate that part very well. You did your Toastmaster of the Evening job very well. Okay, let's go on with our Sergeant at Arms. Okay, as I've mentioned earlier, you handled the welcoming session well. You handled the call to order very well right after the break sessions and at the beginning of the meeting. I would suggest that you loosen yourself up a little bit, because I can hear a hint of nervousness in your voice, okay, in how you treated our guests. Okay, you might be a little nervous and nerve-wracked, but I suggest you loosen up yourselves and try to engage in a lot of chit chats with our guests prior to the meeting, so that you have familiarized with our guests and would not be so afraid, so apprehensive, okay, while doing the call to order session. Okay, for our Zoom Master today, okay, Zoom Master, you played a big part in why this meeting today looks so professional, okay? You handled the Zoom smoothly, and kudos for you for the slides explaining the ground rules and what Toastmasters is. Okay, you have all slides for that, and I really appreciate that. And you handled the multi spotlight function very well. Okay, so you spotlighted not only the speaker, but you also spotlighted the timer as well, so that the speaker himself or herself can take note of the timing while not losing their visuals, okay, on what they look like while they speak. Okay, uh a very small recommendation for you. Throughout this meeting, I heard quite a bit of the enter and exit chimes, you know, the noise ding ding when somebody comes in and goes out. So I would suggest to turn that off, to disable it before every meeting. It's very easy actually. You can go and disable it right now by going to the participants tab and clicking on the three dot menu. And I believe you can disable that enter and leaving music, okay, to prevent any distractions throughout this meeting. Okay, that's the only nitpick I have for our Zoom Master for today. Overall, you did very, very well. Okay, it's very, very professional Zoom Master. For our timer today, I have known that our timer today is a very fresh member of Sutra Utama Toastmasters Club, and therefore I would like to congratulate on your job well done for today. You have a very clear timing demonstration, and you are very attentive to the time taken by each of our speakers, okay, and you did not miss any one of them, and you managed to know every single speaker's eligibility. Okay, you managed to learn that you mentioned you learn this eligibility timing very fast, and you managed to give us on the spot who is eligible for voting and who is not. And I also like the small touch up you gave for each speaker. If there are no time disqualifications, I like how you commented congratulations, okay, as an encouragement for our speakers right there. So I like that nice little touch, okay. And overall, very job well done, okay, job well done. You nailed the timer role perfectly. If someone didn't tell me you are a fresh member, I would not have guessed that you are a fresh member who didn't know the timer role initially. Okay, let's go on with our Table Topics Master. Table Topics Master hosted very well as expected, a very seasoned Toastmaster, and I like how you reminded the participants to use the word of the day, reap, before you begin your table topics session, and I believe that that lead to some increase of the usage of the word of the day for this evening. And I like how you encourage the guests and visiting Toastmasters to participate. And for me personally, I like the fact that you did not force anyone to volunteer for the speaking roles, and you just waited for whoever's interested to take up, because I believe some guests might get scared or very apprehensive of taking up this volunteer position. Okay, so I like that. Uh, there's a little bit of recommendation. As your table topic session has exceeded the timing according to the agenda, you might want to consider cutting down a bit of the intro part. But overall, job well done. Our grammarian role, okay? I couldn't stop gushing about you, okay? You did a very good job in not only just catching the word of the day, but also keep track of the good and flawed usage of English. Okay, and it is not easy because I believe you have catch a lot of word of the day usage while managed to keep track a lot of the good usage of English and the flaws as well. Okay, for me personally, sometimes I would get too engrossed in the good and flawed usage of English, and I forgot. Sometimes I really do forgot to count the word of the day usage, and sometimes I just ask the SAA to help out with recording the word of the day usage, but you managed to do it all. Okay, it's a very good job, very well done. And I like how you displayed the word of the day as your virtual background to serve as a visual reminder for speakers to use the word of the day throughout the meeting. So thank you for your efforts. Okay, for our speakers today, I like how you are well prepared. Most speakers have good time management and you have no lagging issues. For some speakers, I would recommend you to try to stand at the center of your camera, okay, instead of fidgeting at the side of your screen, so that it would be less distracting for the viewers out there. But overall, a very professional speakers we have today. And for our speech evaluators, I like how you guys started off with a very encouraging and positive tone, started off with praises, compliments, then proceed to the points of improvement, the classic sandwich style of evaluation. Okay, although this might be a classic and something it might be cliched for us to use a lot, but I believe that this sandwich style is classic for a reason. Okay, and I believe you guys embodied this very well. Okay, you guys started off with the praise and go on with the points of improvement, and then wrap up with by saying how well you did and how eager you are looking forward to the next speech. Okay, very, very good. And overall, I can see that everyone had fun. We have so many guests tonight, and it was very lively. If the table topic session could be longer, our meeting could be longer, I believe it will get even livelier as well. Okay, so that's all from the observation as my standpoint as the general evaluator for this evening. You guys managed to surprise me, and I'm looking forward to maybe more surprises in the future. This will not be the last time for me to visit your club, rest assured. Okay, with that out of the way, now let's welcome our counter, okay, to present the thrilling time filler report. So do you wonder how much fillers you are actually unaware of saying throughout this meeting? The R counter has all the answers. Please.
Hi, good evening. Okay, today is my first time to be R counter. I'm very seriously and very concentrate to listening all your speech. Okay, so now I share for my screen. I hope I didn't make any mistake for today. If you have any inquiry, you can contact me after this. Okay, for the first SAA, Alice, she has 5 crashes. For our Max Law President, 1 crash, but I still will catch you when you present your closing address. So this is not the final for Max Law. Okay, for our Easton, he have 31 crashes tonight. For our TI, Teh Hui Ting, she have 7 crashes. Our first speaker, Tossing Paul, he have 25 scratches. Our second speaker, Richard Tan, he have 11 scratches. Congratulations to our third speaker, CP Lau. He don't have any crashes. Our fourth speaker, Joanne Lim, she have 3 crashes. Our fifth speaker, Wan In Chen, she have 1 crash. For our table topic master, Golai Hawk, he have 6 crashes. For our evaluator, first evaluator, Adeline Chin, congratulations to her, she don't have any crash. For our evaluator, second evaluator, Ng Sing Yi, she have 9 crashes. For our third evaluator, Lemon Chai, congratulations to him, he don't have any crash. For our fourth evaluator, Joy Ng, she have 8 crashes. For our fifth evaluator, Noah Ling, he have 20 crashes. Congratulations to our grammar Bernard Wong. He don't have any crashes. For our general evaluation, Jacob Ko, he have 15 crashes. And for our guest, Annie, she have 16 crashes. Second guest, Leon, he have 1 crash. And the final one, our guest, Yvonne, she have 11 crashes. All this my report. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much to our counter Rachel for the very professional looking counter report today and your incredible attentiveness, okay, throughout this whole meeting. You caught a lot, including from me as well. I apologize for that, okay, and job well done, Miss Rachel, okay. All right, this has marked the end of our evaluation session for today. Okay, I'm pleased to end this evaluation session, and right now I will now pass it back to our Toastmaster of the evening for today. Please welcome.
Thank you, Area Director Jacob Koo. Once again, very thank you for this great general evaluation sections. And now, without dragging the time, let's move on to our award ceremony section, which is, let's see our results for today. Who is our best speaker? Drum roll, please. Our best speaker of today's meeting is Distinguished Toastmaster CP Lau. Let's have CP here and
thank you so much.
Leon Call, can you help me to take a photo because I'm now doing share screen, I can't do it. Is anyone can assist to take photo?
Okay.
Yes, photo taken. CPR in 3, 2, 1. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is our best table topic speaker. The prize goes to Yvonne. Congratulations to Yvonne.
And the Zoom master, please help to pin. Yep, thank you. In 3, 2, 1. All right. Perfect.
Okay, last is our best evaluator awards, which goes to our immediate past president, Raymond Chai. Congratulations.
Yay, Raymond, in 3, 2, 1, cheese. All right, perfect.
Okay, thank you, Joanne, for helping taking the photos. And today, besides of the prizes for today winners, we also have some appreciation to show to our facilitators during our very first Ask and Share workshops. Now let's have our Mr. President, Max Law, to present the certificate of appreciations to our elders of our Sutra Utama Toastmaster Club. First, we have Mr. Raymond Chai.
Photo in 3, 2, 1. Please hold your
Joanne,
pose.
sorry,
Yes.
I will enlarge first.
Sure, no problem.
To screen. Okay, this one is better, I guess. Sorry.
Thank you, YY. Ready in 3, 2, 1. All right.
Thank you to Mr. President. Okay, next, we goes to Distinguished Toastmaster CP Lau. Thank you for being our keynote speaker for the workshop.
YY, can you please move the cursor away?
Cursor? Oh, sorry.
The mouse, yeah.
Okay. Is it okay?
Still able to see is blocking. Yeah, better now. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
Okay, next, we have our Cikgu, Bernard Wong. Thank you for being our facilitator and help me to plan out the agendas.
Photo in 3, 2, 1. Beautiful smile, Bernard.
I believe all our members can reap their benefits during our evaluation contest. And last but not least is our distinguished Toastmaster, Bisingo. Thank you, Madam, for being our test speaker of the day, as well as our facilitator.
Photo in 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous.
Thank you, Madam Ngo, and thank you, Mr. President. Okay, now I need Zoom Master to help me share the campaign. Okay, as a VP who planned the today agenda, as well as the TME of today meetings, I apologize for the meeting for dragging so long until now, not yet finished. But please, I know you all is very kind people. Please bear with me. Now, last, I want to announce a little campaign in our clubs. When I say I'm loving it, what will you think? McDonald's, right? When I'm saying have a break, have a Kit Kat, or finger licking good, it's KFC, and think different is Apple. Then what is for our club? Our club never have any motto. Now, with your help, all members, my beloved Toastmaster Club members, our club motto will be designed by you. You name it and we vote it. So now grab the chance to win this Toastmaster pin. This is travel all the way from US, and me don't even have one yet. Yeah, so I also want this pin. Yeah, so you have all the chances, and you can produce more than one motto. If you have the ideas, you can even submit your idea to us, be it 10, even 20, even 30. Yeah, and we welcome all your ideas, and and the submission last date of submission is 18th of this month, July, and we will have our votings during our next meeting, which is on 21st of July. Yeah, so the details will be sent out into the group chat, and please share us your idea and win this Toastmaster International pin, and which you can pin it on your clothes during the physical meeting. Yeah, that's all from me, and I will now pass the stage to Mr. President for his closing speech. Yeah, the stage is yours.
Thank you, our today Toastmaster of the evening. Thanks for your wonderful duty job performed for this meeting. First of all, I would like to thank our area G3 Director Jacob Koo and the two president. One is from the club Bahasa Melayu Toastmaster Club, Azman, and also from the Sacred Heart Toastmaster Club, Miss Yvonne. Thanks for you. Then today, let us have the chances to learn from you. Secondly, I would like to say, today, do you notice that we have so many role players that perform their first time? For example, Alice, as our first time to perform the SAA, Hui Ting, first time as a timer, Lai Hawk, I think also the first time as the table topic master, and the Xing Yi Noah also be our first time the evaluator, Rachel, first time R counter, and also today we have welcomed our three icebreaker, the icebreaker speech. So I'm really grateful and amazed by your spirit and attitudes to undertake this role that you never taken before. So this is our spirit and attitude in this Toastmaster journey. Thanks for your attendance and your performance. Please give a round of applause to them. All right, so today from all the speakers, I learned something. I want to conclude that from CP, whatever house, today I think throughout these 2.5 hours, we have the chance, we just seize the moment to learn as much as we can, because throughout all their story, we know Toastmaster can change our life. And no matter how much difficult circumstances like in Chen share, never give up. Never give up, never give up. Seize as much as the moment and the chance we can to change ourselves. I am sure that the time will prove for us. All right, right now I would like to invite some of our guests to give us some sharing and opinion. Is that okay? May I check? May I invite our first guest, Mr. L?
Yeah, you mind to give us your feeling and your thought and sentiment about our meeting?
Thank you, President. I feel the meeting is very well prepared, and all the speaker is very professional, use a lot of vocabulary, and I learned a lot from their speech. And all the schedule is well organized. I quite like it. I hope to join again. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We also learned something from your table topic speech also. All right, can I invite the Sacred Heart President Yvonne to give some opinion to us?
Yeah, Mr. President, I actually visited this club because I thought you all already have very radiant, very vibrant club, something new to learn. And I think today's visit was very worthwhile because to have 5 speakers in one meeting is really impressive, very impressive. And 5 of your speakers are actually from, it's a good mix of speeches, meaning they are also icebreaker and there are also some advanced speakers. This is something I find that my club has to learn from you. Most of the time, right, we either have all our speakers are icebreaker or all our speakers are probably advanced. So it's good to have a good mix during a club meeting like this, so that when we have guests, right, then they actually can see the different levels and the growth that they can feel. And I must congratulate all of you for your Exco installation. It's good to have a group of such vibrant, young and energetic people. And also, I experienced your maiden speech as president, and a lot of your role players are also maiden roles today. Yeah, so once there's a first step, there'll be a second, third, and fourth. So I also wish your club all the best. I trust that you will be in good shape and also a president distinguished club status.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks Yvonne. Also, once again, congrats to you today. This best table topic speaker. All right, I would like to invite our next guest, Jojo. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still
Yeah,
here.
Jojo, would you like to share something to us?
Okay, I'm enjoying the meeting tonight, and I feel the people here are quite young, like me, and very energetic. So this is why I'm impressed. So I love the meeting. Thank you, and learn a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jojo. I think no matter what is of our age, when we are here, we will be automatically become younger. All right, can I invite our next guest, Annie? Would you like to share your feeling to us?
It was my pleasure to be able to join this meeting today. Then the people here are very friendly and very nice, and I have learned a lot of things. And which the part like the R counter part can catch quite a lot of RE also. It's like okay, there is something that sometimes we will not pay attention to all of this and then can start pay more attention about all this to improve myself also. So it's a very great experience for today. Yeah, thank you everyone.
Yeah, so I think this effort is credited to our art counter, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel, that you have impressed our guest, Annie. Okay, may I invite our next guest is Sean Pang. Are you still here? Sean Pang. It's all right. Can I invite Dolly, please? Dolly, Dolly, can you turn on your camera? Would you mind? Yeah, I think Dolly is not available. It's all right. Can I invite CN?
Hi.
CN, yeah, hi.
Yeah, I think it's look at this chapter, all are very young. If I go there, I will be more senior there.
Not really.
It's my
Not
precious.
really. Not really.
I can tell. Okay, even CP is my junior also. CP.
Oh, okay.
So this is my pleasure to know you guys, and also I think it is a very good club to take part.
Okay.
I believe I will join you.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, over here we learn from the senior, but also they also learn something from us. So there's a mutual, I think it's a mutual.
The world change. We have to learn from the young.
Yeah, it's like circulation. All right, can I invite our Man Ching? Are you there? I think Man Ching also drop off already. I saw the member Tan Ji. Because I cannot see your name. All right, I think the guest. Yeah, I think thanks for your guest. Thanks for your sharing and spend your precious time over here. So today, I think right now it's a bit late. I shall adjourn my meeting. So yes, today, right now is the 10 or 24. I shall adjourn today this meeting. We see you on the next meeting. Okay. Thank you. Good night. Have.